Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
So, Jim, this feels like a lineup designed to counter threats out wide, is that it?
Yeah, you will in theory have the numerical advantage, Peter, on the wings. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the opposition to try to get past you. On the other hand, you're essentially inviting your opponents up the field. It's going to be a fine balancing act between letting your opponents have the ball and looking for opportunities to counter. But it can work really well.
So it's down to business here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, I think it would be this guy, Højbjerg, Peter, because he has great nous, really, in that position in central midfield. He can often be the dominant presence without necessarily shining and draw attention to himself, but he goes about it in a very kind of quiet manner, and he's extremely good at what he does, so keep an eye on him. He could make a difference.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Crossed in once more. Turns and goes back. And this is Rabiot. No way through, so back it comes. He's having a go! Jeffrey Kondogbia. He shifted it to the flank. Can he spark a counter here? And here's Aubameyang. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now there's a fine ball. And it's Modric. Quinton Timber. Batasagi. So we're still where we started right now. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of... And he shoots! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Kondogbia attempts a clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. Pinches it off him, and that's gone loose. Now it's full Krug. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He has found the way through. Modric! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Goal! Milan! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, and you're paying a visit to your net.
Milan have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Now it's Aubameyang. And that has left him in a heap. Milan are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Now it's Fofana. Fofana. Skims one in.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies. Fofana clearly looking the key component now with the concentration on width. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
Now it's Greenwood. Rabiot. And it's Salamakers. Salamakers charging forward down that flank. And he's heaved it away, taken back almost at once. Quinton Timber. Marseille are looking to break at pace. Aimed beyond the defence. Greenwood! Goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Gol per l'Olympique Marseille. Ha segnato al 36esimo
The movement
minuto.
so precise,
Numero 10.
the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Marseille grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Bartasaghi. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Quinton Timber could move up a gear here. Driving forward. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Greenwood. Greenwood plays it in. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Fofana. And here's Aubameyang. He's tried
Il quarto
one!
d'uomo indica
Oh,
2
it's
minuti
hit the
di recupero.
post! Salmakers. And we've reached half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incidents and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So we're into the second 45.
Milan are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
He's going all the way! Oh, such a clever touch. Shot a goal! Modric with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control.
Has a shot! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Emerson. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Spread it left. Modric cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Weir. He is through here. That's a lovely pass. Hoisted in. He's shooting! Modric. Fofana.
L'affluenza di
He's
quest'oggi
going to be
è di
disappointed with that.
80.953
Oh, he'd have done
spettatori.
well to reach that. Rabiot. And now the breakaway. Now it's Rabiot. Looking to play him in. Fofana receives it in a good position here. Greenwood. Batasagi goes sliding in. Fofana, and here's Fulkrug. He's had a shot! Oh, it's a beauty! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And they're back in front. He gave it plenty and some. Smashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Milan get themselves into the lead. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And here's Aubameyang. And that is as far as they're going to go. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And here's Fulkrug. Can he finish?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Aubameyang. Now it's Greenwood. Now this could be a chance.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
And he's had a hit! And that would have been game, set and match.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Weir. Now it's Greenwood. Oh, this looks sharp. And he's onside. Now it's Greenwood. Drilled in. And the shot! It's in! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
Gol per l'Olympique Marseille.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Marseille choosing to make the first change.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the effort he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
This is quite a battle.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
Now it's Pulisic. Pulisic goes for a shot! Goal! Milan! And again they hit the front. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter, the desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive.
Fulkrug has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Yeah, and the ref told him it was coming, and he still failed to heed the warning.
Now it's Aubameyang. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Rabiot. And it's Modric. Modric goes steaming forward. Steaming on goalwards.
Milan can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Nicely spread. Now it's Greenwood. He's got away. There's the shot! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Look, Peter, what they need now are cool heads and discipline, and instead it looks like they've got a liability in their side.
Back in business. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
Gol per l'Olympique Marseille. Numero 10.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Good ball, good shoot! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Marseille have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Milan take Fofana! Oh, taken with style! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And there goes the final whistle. Milan are enjoying their moments of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency and certainty, as we've come to expect from them. Fulkrug taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Milan definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.